Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tane Talks. I am your host, Tane, here to talk to you about this Crazy Kids on Married at First Sight, Season 20, Episode 16. I have an exciting guest today, no pressure, but it is an alum, and it is Anthony from Season 5 from the original Chicago season, not to be confused with Season 18. Hi, Anthony.
Hey,
How are you doing?
hey, good. How's it going?
It's going
Good.
well. I'm excited that you are still keeping up with MAFS. Have you kept up every season since your season?
Yeah, we have. I just feel like it's a thing you have to do having been on the show. It's not even like it's not, you know, can't even explain. It's like I have to see what's going on because there's been so many changes
Mm-hmm.
since our
Mm-hmm.
season. It's kind of crazy how I was told that I was a part of one of the changes, or something I've said during our season was something that trickled into. I don't know if it's true or not, but one of the producers of the show told me, "Well, it's because of your suggestion, so don't blame me, guys. Don't at me, please."
What was it?
So before, when our season was going on, there was no interaction with the other
Mm.
couple, zero,
Yes.
up until
Yes.
the end. So we never
Yes.
knew he was there. I mean, there was times where we were in the same airport in the beginning going to our honeymoon, and we were like, "Wait, don't move, don't go anywhere." I'm like, "I'm sitting in
Mm.
a corner. Why?"
Mm-hmm.
It was because the other couple was passing us, and they didn't want us to
Uh,
see them. So they didn't want
uh,
any interaction. They didn't want any of this stuff, which is totally changed now.
yeah.
They only want interaction. This season is probably
Insane.
one of the craziest for this. I mean, for a lot of reasons, but yeah. So I mean, I had told we got together at one of our final episodes,
Hmm.
and we got with Cody and Sheila and everybody. And we were talking. I was like, I kind of want to take the guys to the side and get some of their perspective, And she's like, "Oh, good
Hmm.
idea." And that became a thing. That apparently
Ah.
became a thing from there. Now, again, I don't know if that was really me or she just said that to make me feel good, but you know, apparently that was the thing. And literally going forward from that time, they split up the
That's
girls
when
and
they.
guys, and everybody was talking. And now it's even gone to another atmosphere of what they're doing now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if I should praise you or blame you because I'm in the camp of over the years, I feel like there's been so much interaction and now it's like we don't have a balance. It's like too much. So now this season is just whoa in my face. Like, okay, this
Yeah,
is
we've fully gone into couples therapy where
yeah,
you know, no offense to the couples. I mean, that's what they're being asked to
has
do.
to
But
do.
like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're in the same arena here. Who are you to
Yes.
judge me like you're judging me, or in our relationship like you're judging our relationship?
Yeah.
At what point in time? Now, okay, we're all experts now. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, especially one of them has not been in a long-term relationship ever, but now is a big fish in a little pond and knows everything now. So,
He's got that
staring.
cauldron just doing this every time you get the chance.
But going back to what you said though, where you said like, you have to watch it. I mean, I've talked to different people, different alums, and there's the other camp. They just want nothing to do with the show, and understandably for some, but yeah.
Now, my question for you in those camps: what couples? Who are they? Are they the people who are now the individuals, or are they the people? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there is
There's
that. I
that.
mean, it's yeah. I mean, see, I'll even go to a point where like we didn't have the cameras in the house
Mm.
like they do now, like that
The
constant
the
recording.
security cam, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, it's a lot, now, but, I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
for people who haven't seen I don't want this to come out bad, who haven't seen you, who don't know what you've been up to, can you share with them, what you've been up to? A quick summary of, like, what you and Ashley have been up to since your season.
yeah, I mean, everything life, I guess. So, I got two beautiful kids, Mila and Veda. They're 7 and 5. We've just been traveling, dealing with life. Kids getting older. We did make a move from Chicago to Michigan within the last few years. So navigating that, it's a little bit of a change for everybody. I have family here, and Ashley doesn't, but trying to figure all that out. But yeah, other than that, we're just living life. I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably more going on now than before. Like we did a lot of post our season. We did a lot of other like catch up shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to tell some of the producers, I'm like, now's the time to film. There's so much drama,
Yeah.
you
But
know?
yeah, there is, and that's what I was gonna ask was just like, Couples Cam, that was my show. I really, really enjoyed,
I like
Couples
me
Cam,
too.
but I don't know, what the relationship is now from Lifetime to Peacock. Like, is it still, the same? Is there a division? I don't know if it could be incorporated.
It doesn't feel, I mean, you can see just the way that the new show is starting off. They make no reference to anything else. Before it was like
Mhm.
success this, blah, 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 blah. Like
Stats.
we were
Mhm.
always in on that stuff. Like anytime the show would start, there was always clips from like Jamie's season, Jamie and Doug's season,
Yeah.
our season, like anybody who's still together, they always had clips of some of their success stories, and now there's nothing like that. I haven't heard from anybody other than most recently we did some PR stuff for like Mother's Day and whatnot.
Okay.
Um, Other than that, really haven't heard from anybody doing much of anything. So I don't know. Maybe we're getting dropped off a cliff. Who knows?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it goes because again, this season has gotten a lot of new viewers. It's a whole new audience. And it's 1 week until decision day where we are. We are wrapping it up. And how do you feel about Kevin not doing the reunion?
I don't know. I mean, I know there's a big camp out there that's like, no, I liked
That's
Kevin.
me.
He was always nice. I mean, I've had a couple interactions with a few interactions with him actually.
Yeah.
He's always been great. I mean, I like Kevin. I mean, yeah, I think it would be good if he did it, to be honest with you, but I don't like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like,
You know,
whatever.
I think for people, it's a lot of change being thrown, and you're looking for the constants. And maybe Kevin was the constant, like to wrap it all up in a bow and ask all the questions that we've been wanting to have, and then to find out that it's being hosted by the experts who are part of the show. I think that's where we're like, we're gonna miss Kevin a lot.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like, I mean, so these experts are from what
The
part of?
current ones, the
Yeah, yeah. So they're on
no,
the current ones, but they're not. What did they do prior to that? Be Married at First Sight
oh,
Australia?
UK. So Paul does UK, and then Paz, she's just a sex therapist in Florida. She's never done a show before.
Got it. They just seem to be like Overwatch. It doesn't seem like there's much. Yes, they'll have like their group sessions, so it's Overwatch, like watching them do like the whole
Yeah.
dinner, take
Mhm.
stuff, and then there's times when they're doing the
The individual, the
one
couples therapy.
two right
Mhm.
individual couple therapy, and then it doesn't seem like there's a. I mean, I could be wrong. It doesn't seem like there's a lot being like given.
There's a
Maybe.
lot. There's a lot of visits because I know in the last few seasons we've been like, where are the experts? Like, where are they showing up? So now they're like, you come to the office. But in terms of the feedback, I mean, there's call outs. They're pretty good at the call outs, like, hey, slap you on your wrist. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting used to them. So, I'm trying to have a clean slate, and get used to all the newness. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't mind if they had even brought a brand new host for the reunion, but it's just having the experts just feels like one extra therapy session versus a
Yeah.
reunion.
And I don't fully understand also, like, again, this is a big change for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, Again, the way that season's being put together, not exactly bad things, but they're not even actually fully married at this point. So
They didn't
let's start
officially tell
here.
us. They didn't officially tell us. So we're just all going with it.
So, the difference is that we
Yeah.
signed a marriage certificate. They didn't. So it's like get together, get married and work it
Yeah.
out and stay married or get divorced. On their end, it's like there isn't as much. I mean, there is skin in the
It's,
game, but not as much skin in the game. So like it's, do I want to sign that marriage certificate going forward? You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's where I
Yeah.
kind of feel like some people are, I'm not even sure if they're like short term dating, um, however you want to call it. But I just feel like, I don't know, like people are just kind of limping in, keeping it relatively surface
Yeah.
level, kind of like Adam and Marissa a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little surface level stuff there, and then hey, we'll figure it out later. But are you going to sign that marriage certificate, or
Certificate.
what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah.
just keep dating?
Yeah, which is again why I'm curious to see how it plays out because it's like how much pressure do they really feel if it's just to sign the marriage certificate and continue further versus from jump. You know you're married and you have to stay in this. So I'm just curious to see how that plays out. But based on what we've seen so far, I'm not holding my breath, so
You know,
it's a
and
fun experience.
I honestly thought the last set of episodes was going to be decision day, so I was like, okay, off we go.
Oh,
And then it dropped off. I was like, huh?
no.
Till next, till next week.
Yeah, not yet, not yet. And I yeah, we'll see. So my plan is I'm going through each of the couples before we go to couples retreat, but at some point I'm going to ask you what your predictions are
Okay.
for each of the couples. So we'll start with Marissa and Adam. And Marissa was, talking about her man's, being heated at dinner, getting off of Sean. And he says, like, yeah, that's what happens when he's disrespected. And she's like, yeah, that wasn't a good look. And he's like, I'm taking this energy into the retreat. I'm popping the fuck off. And Marissa's all, ha 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 ha, because that's her response to everything he does. So as a sidebar, I mean, I get a lot of DMs about stuff. So allegedly, and I got this, there was someone who worked at the hot tub boats, where they did the push-ups and they did all the stuff. And they were talking about how Adam was super rude and actually didn't talk to Marissa off camera. I don't know if if that's the case, that's a whole. And Devin says the same thing, that off camera, Caitlyn isn't talking to him, but she's telling us, "Oh, things are great. Like I like him. I'm going to attract him." So it's like it's so hard to know what's reality and what's not.
I mean, it's hard enough. It's hard enough with that type of stuff. There's also the editing portion of things where you get to see things out of sequence sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. Like, even with Sean and Nikki right now, let's be honest. Like we can go to everything, but
Yeah.
Adam and Marissa. When Adam was even talking about with Devin and Caitlin, they were at a concert together, and she wanted nothing to do with him while he was there.
Yeah.
It's like what? Like why
Yeah.
didn't you show up for the bright lights?
Yeah. And there was no camera. So it's just, again, you hear all these things. And again, they're very active on social media. So that's the other thing. So they're saying their things, and it's like, okay, what do the producers want us to think? What is reality? And then what actually happened? We don't
Yeah,
know. And it's just so much to do. So,
yeah,
anyways, but yes, they were trying to order food for them based on what I was told. And they were telling them, order just one thing. And Adam's trying to get all the three things. And everyone just seems frustrated with Adam. And it just seems on par with what we know of him, just wanting to do his own thing. And he also jumped off the boat into the water, which he shouldn't have done because it's kind of polluted. But it's just pretty funny to me that
yeah.
this is the Adam that we're hearing of and the Adam that we're watching.
Yeah, I'll say with Adam. I mean, obviously, let's talk about the lingo, right? Like he is a
Yeah.
vibe, right? He's his own thing, and I honestly think it's affecting everybody too. Like it's infecting everybody.
Yeah.
Like you're all using his vocab.
Everyone, even the expert.
I know. So like, I mean, it's fine if someone's that infectious and when they
Yeah.
are able to like infiltrate the group. I guess you could say, right? It's everyone's saying the same thing. I like when
Mhm.
everyone started, that wasn't a thing, and then all of a sudden, the more and more they hear him, everyone's
Yeah.
using his lingo. But they just have very. I mean, obviously they have very different lifestyles, right?
Yeah.
So he is 110% on everything he does. Fine.
Yeah.
He is maybe a little bit more laid back, and that's fine. They can have their own individuality, right? They can do their own thing, but I don't think that it's necessary for him to continually push her into
Yeah.
his 110%. There's got to be a combo. There's got to be a little bit of a,
Yeah.
back and forth there. I don't think it's like you need to meet me at 100. No, I do not.
Yeah.
It's going to be this is your individual stuff, this is my individual stuff, and what does our combo look like? What does our actual like together life look like? So that's what it's got to be. You can't just hey, I'm gonna, but can't continue to push someone into your lifestyle. It's just not going to work. You're always going to have someone who's going to create resentment or something like that that's going to come out of
Mhm.
it, right? Still
Yeah.
think this could work,
Yeah.
but it's just I don't like the fact that he admits he's not going to get any better. He's, if anything, he's going to get more intense and more this and more that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something she wants to hear.
No, it's not. Because honestly, I don't even think their biggest gripe is being surfaced. Because again, after the cameras go, maybe something could be there. It's more what you said. Can he compromise?
Yeah.
Like she can't be the only one that's compromising. And he's saying, like, I don't think I can. But I think he truly believes, like, she's gonna fall in line. And that's why it's working so far. So it's either she wakes up or she's fine with it and they continue this, but it's not sustainable.
Well, the problem is she either wakes up now or wakes up later.
But she will wake up at some point.
Yeah, you can't just keep
Uh,
doing everything someone else wants to do all the time, you know?
yeah. But I think she said that. She's like, "I don't know what I want, so that's why it's harder." So when she does figure out what she wants, then she'll wake up.
Yep.
Continuing in the aftermath, Nikki's telling Sean that his comment to Adam was so inflammatory and she was so shook when she heard it. And he's like, "That was my plan. I intended to poke the bear." So Felipe says these dinners are so exhausting for him. And Tori is like, "You think so?" Basically, you're still not getting any reassurance from me. Like, that's all you, and leave me out of it. Then he switches to, "You look so hot in this dress." And this is my problem with him, Anthony. You can tell me what you think. A lot of his affection or commitment to Tori is because she's hot. And it's like if he got a girl who he didn't think was top of the food chain, for lack of a better word, among the girls in the group, because I do believe that's what he thinks. Would he's still waffling even though he has who he thinks is the hottest girl? Like, what if it was otherwise? Like most people in the show and through the seasons who have gotten people, we have them this season. What would he have done? I don't like the fact that it's dependent on her hotness. So that's my deduction from all of this.
Felipe, Felipe is a great grenade launcher, straight up. He is launching grenades at almost everything he says. The
Yeah.
fact that he even said that stuff with Tori right in front of him, I just
Yeah.
don't know. I want to sleep with other girls and blah 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 blah. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Over
mean,
and over again.
I don't know whether to call this season the mustache season, the foot and mouth season. You know, I'm at a loss for words. Like even some of the stuff Mecca's been saying, like, man,
Yeah.
what are you guys? What are you saying?
Yeah.
Intrusive thoughts took over here, you
Yes.
know, and I don't fully get it. But yes, from a Felipe standpoint, it's I don't know how much more grenades he can potentially throw in his own relationship. You know,
Mhm.
um, yeah, if he wasn't hot, yeah, if she wasn't, a very good looking woman, yeah, sure, I guess he would be out. I don't know. It's weird because he flip flops and flip flops and flip flops. Yeah, I don't know. Felipe is going back and forth. It's like if she wasn't so beautiful, would he be in it? I don't know. It's so difficult to figure that out because
Yeah.
he just keeps again. He just keeps flip flopping, and I can't exactly figure out why. And I do think part of it is the fact that he's not married at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Do I? I mean, again, it's just my opinion. I think he's do I want to keep this going, or
Yeah.
is there other things that I do better?
Better. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Paul said that. Like you have something, you have something good, but you keep wondering if you can find something great
yeah. Or is
out
he
there.
still into that whole variety thing? Like I want a whole bunch of everything. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess.
Um he says like he thought that they would be more of a unit and she felt like he needed the punishment, like she have defended him? But I don't know if she agrees with what they're saying. I'm not quite sure what there is to defend because then it feels like she's condoning his behavior. So,
Yeah, but if you're going to make the statements that you're making, you can't rely on someone else to jump in and defend you.
yeah.
You have to defend your own words.
Yeah.
Now, if there's something that's incorrect that Tori knows, yes, jump in, defend, do all that. Please help
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
However, are we really talking about defending somebody who's putting the words out there? Like, you know what you said, defend you. Like, you said it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know I don't even know what you meant.
Yeah, and that's what she said. She's like, "You shared your thoughts on your own about me in a group dinner." Like, so much so the girls are like, "What is going on?" So if you said it, stand up for it. Don't now want to be a partner when you weren't thinking to be a partner at
Yeah,
that point.
100%.
So she
I
says
agree.
you can only be considerate for so long without being considered. And no, I will probably not be sticking up for you. I will let you figure it out. And I love that for her. Like she needs to stand on business with him. So I don't think he heard her because he immediately says, like, yeah, I still feel like we need to act like partners. You're not acting like a partner, but you want partner benefits. So
No, he really wasn't. He wants someone to jump to his defense, even though he was,
yeah.
technically on his own island there.
Yeah. She's like, you started by doing your own thing. Now you're on the chopping block. You think we should be
Are you seated? Do you know what's coming next? You probably really don't. It's Andy Lawani here from Culture Shock, the podcast where celebrities, all sorts of culture makers, people, and everybody in between, we just get on. And we're trading rehearsed answers for some unexpected, shocking questions, maybe sometimes dumb, that you may ask yourself sometimes, and you want to see someone else ask them. With all things plenty of laughs, surprises, and just enough chaos to keep everyone on their toes, you might enjoy this podcast. Be sure to check out Culture Shock wherever you stream your podcasts online, and obviously, you're gonna like this. I'm sure of it.
Partners, how ironic. Okay.
Yeah.
So, um, what do you think about them? What is your prediction for Tori and Felipe?
Yeah, I want to see it first and foremost. I want to see it works. I think they could be super cute together.
Mm-hmm.
I think initially they were. He's a little out there, and I think
Yeah.
she's a little bit more reserved. And sometimes that's good yin and yang, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I I I feel like he's gonna screw this up. So I'm gonna say they do not stay together.
Okay. Do you think either of them? You think she's definitely a no? He's gonna be a no, or
Uh yeah, I think they're both gonna end up saying no, or he's gonna figure something out. And he's gonna say yes, and she's not gonna be sure about him and say no. I don't.
yeah?
I think it's either a no no or a yes no situation.
And who's the yes gonna be?
I think Felipe would say yes, and Tori's gonna be like, you know what? I'm done with this
Fair
show.
enough. Yeah.
I'm done with the
Yeah.
circle.
I think that's fair. So, Caitlin and Devin. If I tell you that I am surprised they're still together, when we found out that a couple was gonna leave, I was so sure it was gonna be Caitlin and Devin. Because at this point, I mean, they're still together, so I'm very surprised. But Devin comes to the gym and I thought they were going to work out, but Devin is in full jacket mode. He's not in workout gear. And he says he's confused as to whether to make a move because they haven't kissed since early Mexico. And this is where I get confused when they tell us stuff and not show us stuff because the women make it clear where they stand. And I'm referring to Caitlyn and Nikki, right? They're always like, oh, I want to go slow. I don't want to do anything. I want to do this. But the men are like, oh, I'm not sure whether I should make a move, whether I should do this. And I'm like, I think they're being clear. Like they don't want to do anything. So what are we unclear about?
It's a confusing situation there. I think you gotta have some kind of physical intimacy. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be sexual in that nature, but some
Yeah.
kind of something. You gotta feel something.
Yeah.
Um, that is Caitlin and Devin are I think she I don't know if it seems like he's ready to go. I mean, he's trying to be ride or die here, but he just keeps getting like shut down, I
Down.
guess you could say.
Yeah, this was not the show for her at all. Like,
I want to give everyone the best possible. Like, yes, they're doing this for the right reason, but I don't know. They just, I honestly thought they were one of the front runners to start out with.
same. I keep saying the switch up from the wedding to whatever happened afterwards is so crazy. Like, I don't know what happened. And it's not even like she doesn't find him attractive. Based on the words coming out of her mouth, she does. So I'm not quite sure what the roadblock is, unless there's stuff that we don't know. But I don't know. Devin still believes that their deep, quote, deep core shit is worth fighting for. So I don't know.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like it is, but I mean, I don't know. It
uh,
seems like he is very intense. He is very
he's very
intense,
intense. He is
and,
very
and some of
intense.
that, and some of that's good, right? He's just like, I want to know what's going on. I see you, I fear you, I feel you, I hear
See you,
you.
I
Yeah.
understand you.
It's just like, you know, it's a little much, for
Especially
someone.
for her.
Well, and also if you're just meeting somebody, you're just kind of learning them, and you're just like this, and if she's
Yeah.
feeling any kind of way, and it's
Yeah.
so you got
Yeah.
that kind of constantly get that. It might be a little too much for her. So I mean, maybe she's just not ready for something that serious and committed.
Well, speaking of being intense, they have this conversation where he's grilling again and they're having dinner or lunch or whatever it is. And he's like, we need to address things for decision day. And it doesn't feel like we've been romantic. And I would feel less in my head if I felt physically connected to you. And I gotta say, when she said that, I'm like, I don't think I like where this is headed, but okay. Then he goes, it's important. And to say it, he's like, it seems like we're the only couple that hasn't explored that side. I found that icky. Like, make your point, right? But don't compare yourselves to other people. Just say, what will benefit your relationship, but bringing the other couples, I don't like that. And then he says, I'm not saying we need to hook up in order for me to feel good, but that's what he's kind of. I don't know. I didn't like it. It was everything about it was just.
Fortunate.
He says hugs and kisses afterwards, but it's hard to follow when I don't know what level we're talking about. And last week she said physical intimacy. This week they're saying it's just a kiss. So I don't know. The conversation was icky to me.
I hate it when they, I don't want to say overanalyze,
Yeah.
but oh my gosh, man, like you guys at this point just explore each other. Not even you don't even have to do anything crazy, but also, yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, why bring up other couples and what we got to do what they're doing? No,
Yeah.
you don't. You have to go at your own pace, and it also you don't want to say something like that to. And obviously valid in the sense of like that's I get what he wants. He's saying what he
Yeah.
wants, right? But on the other end, uh, it's almost like I feel like I have to do it because now you're saying I have to do it or do
Yeah.
something, and now it just feels kind of like feels planned and planned.
Not organic.
Yeah, it's like like
But
just have
also,
a good day, like have. But I also think like he did do some of that stuff when he did the whole Taylor Swift thing and what was it?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter things. I'm like, that's
Mhm.
something that, like how fun was that? Like that could have progressed into something.
See,
From a
I always say this,
standpoint,
like,
I don't know.
and here's the thing. She says she's attracted to him, but again, there's a block, right? And the thing is, we're adults. If you're attracted to someone, I don't even think your brain functions. You're not thinking, oh, do this, then I have this, I need this, I need. Even the people who say that, like, oh, I need that emotional. This is why there are things like one night stands. No one's thinking, we're just doing. So I don't understand when there's this much talk. I'm just like, okay, someone's not attracted, something's not working, and we don't need to force it anymore. So mm,
No, I
I don't
mean
know.
you ain't wrong. If it's there, it's there. You just kind of go at it, and that's it.
Yeah, but
That's it.
she says attraction for her stems from the stability. And I was like, I thought they were stable. That's why she confided in him about the things that only three people in her life know about. But they give me whiplash. I just don't know what to think or what not isn't because the math isn't mathing.
Yeah, it's not. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just relatively confused by what they have going on because it's like I thought one thing, and it's definitely not happening like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like I mean, I still feel the same way about um, Courtney and them. They had the other guy. It's like you guys were so in your head. Everything was so calculated and so like, oh, like that. Just I knew that was gonna blow up. And just that
But
was
that was different. She hates him. She hated him. That she just didn't like anything about him. So that was not gonna happen.
like somewhat of an attractive dude. It's almost kind of like, dang, just
Yeah.
throw him off a cliff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. There
I
was
don't
a
know.
lot to unpack there. Devin does tell her, like, I understand your need for emotional connection, but if you do see something with me, what's the harm in just trying? Because at the end of the day, I like you. And I said this about Sean, where I feel like it's like some kind of passive, not coercion, but yes, passive coercion, where it's like, just try it, just do it. And it's just, don't beat a dead horse. If she's gonna do it, she's gonna do it. But yeah, there's nothing more left for you to say, and just let it be. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can say your piece there, but like say it in a weird way where it doesn't feel like it's
Yeah.
pushing that envelope so much because eventually it's just kind of like I don't want to do it now because you you
Made it
keep
a
pushing
big
that.
deal.
Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
leave me alone.
But then in the confessional, she says he is hot. There is desire, and the couples retreat is going to be the ideal situation. I'm like,
Break up or a hookup, right?
here we go again. So where do you stand? I don't know. But there's that. Speaking of Nikki and Sean, Nikki does a self cam and says things are better, but she notices that he takes jabs at her. Like the other day, he's like, "Oh, Nikki, in Seattle you are a 10, but in New York you'd be a 7."
You're a
And
New
I'm
York seven.
clutching my pearls like Sean. how does it feel to be a two in both places? Like what? I'm not saying he is, but it's just if you're gonna talk about her, then I'm gonna rank you low. But I've said this before that Nikki's married to her ops. Like I don't know, I don't understand why these men feel they need to humble the women because he makes these comments. We've seen a couple of them and she rolled with it. I think that's the part I'm like, don't roll with it. Like she didn't want to be overly critical, but she's going to be listening and keeping that in mind. I'm like, no, call him out too, as well. Like,
Yep.
unless she knows she's going to say no. So she's like, I got one more week, so it's fine.
Yeah, and I feel like some of that too is from the initial. I still feel like he's a little butthurt still a little bit from some of her initial comments about him. Like, I'm not really attracted to you, blah blah blah. I
Mm-hmm.
think like maybe his plan a little bit is to like every once in a while, like take a shot here
Take a
and
shot.
there just to let you know you ain't all that. You know, it's like
Ugh.
very
It
ticky
gets,
tacky.
but he's older. Like, nobody has time for games. Like, stop. You're not like in college or
Yep,
high school, you know?
yep, very true.
Nikki's making mac and cheese. She does not know how to cook, so she's taking like recipes. What did you feel? You're a cook.
Yes, I
What
didn't
did
know
you
what she
feel
was doing
about
with that mac and cheese.
condensed milk
Like,
and mac and cheese?
I was like, "What?" And then she threw the cream cheese in there. It's like, listen, all right, come over there. I'm gonna show you how to make a real good mac and cheese. It takes about 40 minutes. It's super good. But what are you doing with all this craziness? Evaporated milk. You got the cream cheese in there, and then, I mean, it looked okay.
Yeah,
But I don't know how that would taste. And then, of course, Sean, confirmed like it was,
it's not good. Yeah.
better. It was better than crap, but just okay. I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I don't know what the evaporated milk does, guys. Milk, flour,
Ugh.
you whip it up a little bit. You get it nice and thick. Put your cheese in. You fold in your noodles, and then you bake the damn thing. That's it. You want to do
Well,
breadcrumbs? Do breadcrumbs. It's fine, but it's so simple to make a good mac and cheese.
she has to figure out how to turn on the oven. She doesn't know how to turn it on.
Oh yeah.
She didn't know how to turn on the oven. That was
Yeah,
very
listen,
surprising to
I'll just
me.
say this. We got a microwave about a year ago. We got to replace a microwave. And I didn't know how to even open the damn thing because there was a new feature, which is apparently a safety feature, where you have to hit unlock to unlock it and then
Uh-huh.
open it.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
we're not used to the appliance, I guess, maybe.
sure, but she says she doesn't cook, and I believe her. So I'm gonna go with that, and that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Um, somewhere I just want to highlight that somewhere along the line, Sean is like, "I'm gonna go take a shower," and I'm just grateful for that because if you guys remember, he's like the bird bath. He just likes to get all the parts in the honeymoon when he said it. So he was taking like a full shower. So, I mean, maybe that was for nighttime, but I'm glad it was a full shower. Why is your face?
Wait, what did he say? He took bird
No,
baths?
no, do you remember during the honeymoon where she was doing her whole nighttime routine and she's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a shower, and he just like got all the parts and just did like a little wipey wipe, and then she's like, you are not gonna take a full shower, and he's like, no, I get all the parts, like, it's fine. So that might be only for the night shower, I don't know, but I was just grateful he went to take a shower this time.
Oh yeah.
um she calls her mom for directions and he walks back in, and she actually gives him the chance to say hi to her. And this is going to be a weird thing to say, but for a very well educated man, I don't think Sean, he doesn't know how to say things. I don't want to say communicate. He just doesn't know how to say things. And it's probably because instead of being himself, he's trying to project what he thinks he should be at that moment. Because I don't know about you, but I thought it was odd when she was like, are you taking care of my daughter? And he's like, yeah, I'm getting her coffee. I'm opening doors. I'm giving her my credit card for groceries. What?
That was a weird statement too. Like, what do you mean you're giving her a credit card? She makes a significant amount of money. She doesn't need your credit card, dude.
So I'm just like, you want to impress her, but that's not what's going to impress her. And it's like, just be authentic.
Yeah. Just take care of her like a normal person would take care of someone else. Money doesn't have to come into play there.
Nikki has a look when he says that, and I think Mama cut that call real quick. She's like, we'll talk another time. Bye." So that was that. So he says that he feels good and feels like Nikki's trying. They tried the mac and cheese. He says, yummy. But in a confessional, that's when he says, it was okay. I mean, okay is better than terrible. And I want to immediately say, like, he's trying to humble her again, but I guess it's a lose lose. I mean, he's not going to tell her to her face that this is
Yeah,
terrible,
but
right?
guess what? She's gonna watch that. So,
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
certain things you just gotta use your head about, I guess. But again, here's the thing. the end of the day, no one's ever been on a TV show before
Mm.
except for Nick. Um, and you don't really realize what's going on. And I'll tell you, I was subject to some of this as well, where it's like, the producers are here and they're your best friends and all of that. At the end of the day, they have a job they're doing,
Yeah.
and they're trying to get stuff out of you sometimes. Um, and jokey jokey, it's all harmless, but like that stuff comes out, man. Like
Yeah.
that stuff will come out, and I can tell you a couple times where I feel like I was being a little like, I'm not saying that.
Putting words in your mouth?
Yeah, they were like just trying to get me to say the word. I'm like, no, we're not
No,
saying
you're not
that.
going to. Okay, we get to Belgely and Mecca, and I do have a question for you, Anthony, because we start with him asking her, "What's up? You seem down in the dumps." And so clearly she's been upset since dinner, since he said that she's not pretty enough for him. So we know they were in a car together. They had to get to the apartment. How do producers get you to not talk about anything until you get to the apartment and then naturally have that conversation? Like, what is the process for that?
It's very simple. They tell you not to talk about it.
Oh,
It's that simple. Like, table all this stuff, everything you got going on in your head. Wait, because they want it all in front of a camera.
that makes sense because we did not see them in the car.
Yep.
So
It's
it's like
yeah,
they're in
very much
silence.
like yeah. So it's very simple. Either if they do get some of it in the car, again, you got to remember they cut and chop whatever they want.
Mm,
So if they get something in the car, it's like, hey, let's rehash this. So they will make you rehash conversations that they can do in the camera because again, just for like us, the viewers, there's a lot of stuff that it does happens off camera that changes things that we don't
yeah,
understand. So from a producer standpoint, for them, it's telling the story. Like imagine like everyone being all funny and
yeah,
jovial and having a good time, and then you go like, what the
mhm,
hell just happened? They
yeah.
got to tell that story too. So it is up to the producers and editors and everyone like that to like, hey, you got to connect that bridge.
Yeah.
We can't just have someone be happy in one scene then pissed off in the next. What happened?
Okay. So she says, I don't know what else you want me to say because she doesn't want to talk about it. And he keeps pushing her to say what's up because he's like, I will keep bringing it up. I do think that Belle, like a lot of them in the cast, is kind of avoidant, but also I think he needs to respect the fact that she's not one of those people that wants to talk things out immediately. She needs a break, and she tells him that. She says, and I quote, "Give me a fucking break, goddamn." So
Yeah, I mean, some people just need time and space, right? Something pissed me off, and do I want to? Do I want to? I'm actually kind of like that, and for
mm,
better or for worse, that is something that I do. If I get pissed off about something, I don't like to reply with raw emotion because
yeah.
I tend to volcano erupt. Not a good thing. Um, if I get some time and I think about it, it's like, okay, I can, talk about this at a level tone.
Hmm.
But yeah, I like to take some time. I don't like to constantly getting pushed on things. It's not just not me.
Yeah.
But Ashley is. So Ashley,
Yeah.
I'm talking about it right now, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But but also Mecca, what the hell are you saying to her?
I think
How do you expect someone to take that? And I will say this: Belle is a was probably one of the most ride or die ones there. Maybe Michelle
mhm,
too. Still trying to figure her out a little bit. I
mhm,
feel like she's so ride or die. Like she stands up for him. She like everything.
mhm.
She said that when the experts were saying he's very oh man, what is the word they used?
For Cameron or Mecca?
No, yeah. So the experts said performative. So he
Yeah.
was very performative, and she's like just took up for him right
Yeah.
away, and she's ride or die, man. She's a good girl.
She is. I think at this point in time, the fact that he doesn't even realize what the issue is kind of shocking because she says in a confessional, no man in his right mind will tell his wife, "You're not pretty enough for me," at least not to a woman that he cares for. And I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
she's wrong.
it's yeah. I do not understand what the benefit of him saying that was. Again, you can have thoughts in your head.
He
Certain
does.
things don't, just don't.
Oh, it gets worse, people. Even when you think that this was the worst. But she says it's even more disrespectful that he doesn't want to give her the space to digest it. Um, From what we're seeing, though, it looks like the temperature is dropping in Seattle because they're going into the hot tub and all that. And then we get this weird gratuitous shot of Belle in her bikini from her feet to the top, and I'm like, what? Why are we doing this? But I don't know if it's a setup for the conversation that's gonna come up at the couples retreat between Adam and Mecca. Because at first, when I was seeing it, I was like, what is this? Why? It's still Married at First Sight. What are we doing? But it's
It's
probably
on
a setup.
Peacock now.
So she says she still hasn't forgiven Mecca for his comments. She can be calm and cordial, but she's fully forgiving him. Nah, she's not going to do that. But also, what do you know, guys? I have to point it out. Mecca has finally gotten his hair done. I have been complaining about this all season. The braids are clean, they're nice, so praise be. And I'm very happy about that. But they are talking about the couples retreat, and it does come out, and she says that the way that he worded it was not good, and he's like, nope, I didn't say that. I said to me, not for me. And I'm like, how is that any better? What are
Same
you
thing.
arguing
Semantics.
about? You know, then he remembers. He has a flashback. The producers show us, but he has one in his mind, and he's like, "Oh, I did say that. That was disrespectful and so rude. Like, why did I say that?" Yes, Mecca.
Or like, what were you like thinking when you said it? Because again, some people try to be jokey with some of the comments and stuff that they make,
Yeah.
but it's like that is not a joking. Like, I don't see how anybody can see that anyway. Like, that
Yeah.
is not good. Not good.
Yeah. Even he couldn't defend himself once he remembered. He's like, this was terrible. And she's like, this is not the first time you said something that I had to digest. And how many catty comments do I have to put up with? And she does make a good point when she says that he and Felipe have gotten used to being so alone that the consideration piece is missing.
That's a very good point. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, how else do you say it? I mean, they're just literally launching grenades into their relationships
Yeah.
daily. It feels like.
Over and over.
Yep.
And Mecca goes quiet. He's just like staring in there. And she goes off. And then when she's done, he's just quiet. And she's like, okay, what's on your mind? And he has that look in his face. And he was like, I'm just disappointed. And it's unfortunate that it keeps happening over and over. And I do wonder if he's going to that place of, I'm a disappointment. I'm, living up to
Sure.
that because he has to figure that out with his mommy and daddy issues in that case. Because I've talked about how his dad talks about him, and he's just had to live up to that, being told that he's a failure or a disappointment over and over again. Like when she said something and he was like, am I in trouble? Am I you gonna be mad at me and stuff like that? So I don't know, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy for him now at this point.
Potentially. I mean, or he's just doing a self sabotage altogether. It's like, oh, this, I don't deserve this. I'm not great, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going
Yeah.
to do the things that I know to do to blow it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, he says he's not regulating like he should, and it's just disheartening that it makes her feel the way that she does. In a confessional, the producer does ask him subconsciously, "Are you self-sabotaging?" And he said, "Potentially." And it's just he's having to use muscles that he's never had to use.
Yeah.
And he has so many things that he has to unpack that this is just all he knows. I'm a fuck up. I'm just going to lean into it, and that's
Which
it.
which could lead you to try to figure out why did you do this in the first place if you were not in the right headspace to even get married.
A lot of these people think they were in the headspace, or they just thought this would be a fun experiment. I'm leaning towards the latter, where it's just like, this could be fun. This would be a fun story to
Yep.
tell. And again, their social media tells me all I need to know. They're making jokes about this. Like him and Felipe are just like, when you set people off and the other people look at my fits. This is it. So it's just a fun experiment for these
And
people.
now my question to you is going back to what I said earlier. Is this potentially a product of the fact that they did not have to sign a marriage license?
Yes, it lowers it, but also at this point, everyone wants to go viral or be an influencer, and reality shows are a zeitgeist, and this is the home of Love Island. And now it's new production and everything. So that plays a part into it. But I think even if they had to sign something, it kind of still would have been the same thing, I think.
Yeah, potentially, but I mean, it does get a little bit weird when Sean just released a book, and I mean, to each their
They're
own.
all on Cameo.
Yeah, I never did Cameo. I will say that's one thing I never did. I got asked to do Cameo a few times. Maybe I should do it. Why
You
not?
should. Side hustle. You need it. You got kids. You got to do all the things.
True, that's true. I do find it weird though when people get upset when you do have a little bit of a side hustle through social media. Like they get all upset and you're like, oh, I do ads and this and that. It's like if you had the opportunity to have a side hustle, you got kids and whatever else, wouldn't you? Why do you guys
Newsflash,
get so
Anthony.
upset?
People get mad at everything these days. It doesn't matter. So you
Yeah.
might as well make your money while they're mad.
I put a beautiful plate of food out there on social media the other day, and I still had people like, "Oh, it looks like crap." I'm like, "Listen, man, what's wrong with you today? You all right? You okay? Thanks for commenting. Bye."
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, any way you can make the money. It's
Yep.
just, the show hasn't even finished airing. We don't know. And it's just, let's
Yep.
wait and you do that. She does say she has to look out for herself at this point, and I know she keeps saying it, but I need her to actually start looking out for herself, not just saying it at this point. All right, so they're going to couples retreat, which I'm excited about because the mess is usually there. They play the games, and this was not going to be any different. And so people are getting ready for the trip. Adam says he's indifferent about Sean. Cameron, as always, is concerned about other couples instead of his own couple. And now we get to see what they're really like. Why? How does that help your relationship? Why are we doing this? Yes, because Michelle says, Michelle is bringing the butter and the salt, and I'll bring the popcorn, and we'll sit back watching the fireworks. And I'm like, I think you mean you're going to instigate the fireworks. So,
Yes, I feel like they are very much looking forward to that. I don't know. It's that's the hard part about seeing it like this and having it the way that we had it was like we didn't have any of that. We didn't have
yeah,
anyone stirring our pots. Like I know that you know from some of the other shows that we did afterwards when we were pregnant, all of us were pregnant together, which was so crazy.
yeah. That's
We
the one
definitely had
with Danielle and Jeffy and Shawnee's
yes,
involvement.
Danielle,
Okay.
Jeffy, and Chinese were all pregnant at the same time.
Yeah,
Actually, who else was on that? Was there another?
I think that was it.
Think that was it.
Yeah,
It's hard to think back 7 years ago.
yeah,
But yeah, we're all pregnant at the same time, and I think we had a little bit of that starting, kind of like oh, what do you think? This person's being this. There was a lot of like, hey, comment on the other couples.
yeah,
It's like I don't think we were like that because we didn't start like that.
yeah, yeah.
We're so far away from everyone. Yeah, sure, we had a comment here and there, but nobody was like stirring pots like it is now. It's totally different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just you can see the previews and everything that's going on, and it's like, dang. In those games, when you pull the question out of the bucket, that is
Yeah.
that is fireworks in a bowl. That's what that is.
Yeah, I have a question for you for that when we get there. But
Sure.
Tori said she doesn't want any of the off cuff comments, and Belgely also has the same comments and is worried. Like, I don't want to argue in front of anyone, and I just hope Mecca doesn't say anything crazy. And they're driving over there, and Tori is driving. She's the only wife that is driving. I mean, I usually joke sometimes because in couples retreat, you see the wives driving, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is they had to pull over because her car is like smoking, and Felipe's just out there, just yawning, chilling, petting her like a dog or like a cat or something, and not doing anything while she's trying to figure out what to do. And my whole thing was like, wait, if her car is not like, I don't know, is it strong enough or good enough to make the trip to wherever it is that they're going? Why didn't they take Felipe's car? Then I'm like, wait, does Felipe have a car? And then I'm like, is he driving his parents' car because his parents do everything for him? But even if that wasn't going to happen, why are you not taking the initiative to help your wife out with something that's going on instead of just sitting there?
So I have thoughts on this, and I
Okay.
where they pulled over was not a
Mm-hmm.
good spot.
Oh,
Like it looked like it was like the railing and
really?
there was a
Yeah.
mountain and then there was cars coming by.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would even get out of the car. Would I get
Yeah.
out of the car and check, pull up? What if I know? I mean, I know a little bit about cars, but
Hmm.
like I don't know what previous car situation was. Also, yeah, why are you driving a car that can't make it? I don't know how far they went, but that's not
Yeah.
a great idea. On top of that, yeah, I mean, like hey, call this, do this. Like it's her car, so it's her insurance. He can't call her insurance, so she does have to do some stuff. He does have to step up, but I mean, like I'm trying to think, like what would I have done differently? You know,
Off- Offered up with some options.
Yeah,
Can I call a friend? Can I call a rental car? I can look up rental cars that are close to us, call production. I don't know, but he was just yawning. Or maybe that's
sure.
what they showed us.
Gotta think about that. Gotta think about that. There could have been a lot that he was saying, and then they just cut to the hand patting and all that. I
Okay.
hate to say that, but you gotta think about that a little bit. I'm like, is that really how it was? But
Yeah,
yes, in the
that's
situation,
true.
you definitely hope you could have done more. It was I mean, it looked, in my opinion, like a not great area to even get out of the car
Yeah.
or pull over. But it is what it is. It was a small shoulder. At least
Yeah.
that's what it looked like. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. But yeah, I feel like probably more could have and maybe was done, but maybe we didn't see it.
Then maybe he should have just thought about it before. Like, I mean, maybe he didn't know the
Yeah.
state of the car, but maybe like, hey, maybe we should just rent a car instead of taking your car. I don't know. It's just weird that they took the car if it had potential to smoke or I don't know.
Yeah.
No worries. All right, we made it to the couples retreat, and Michelle and Cameron and Devin and Caitlin get there first, and they claim their rooms. And then they found out that there's a room that has a bunk bed. I don't know why they did that. Maybe I don't know. It's big, but it has a bunk bed on there. And then they make a comment like whoever is fighting can use that. And then I know that Nikki and Sean are odd and they go up and down, but they're no better than some of the other couples that are there. So when Michelle says, oh, Sean and Nikki could get the bunk beds and whatever else, to Caitlin, who doesn't even want to hold hands with her husband, that irks me. Like, we get it. You're happy. You know all the things since you were in a 4-week marriage relationship. But why are we picking on these people? Like, what does that mean? Why are we doing this? I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, so just basically throw them in that room, right?
Yeah. Yes, she can. But making it seem like they're the ones who deserve the room, but especially for the fact that she's talking to Caitlyn. Caitlyn doesn't even want
Yeah.
to be near her husband.
Yeah.
At least Sean and Nikki are exploring whatever they did that we don't know what they did, but they're sexually compatible, but there's something there. But Caitlyn doesn't even want to do anything, which is fine and her right, but don't talk about it like, you know, they're the worst.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like I said, the way that the show's been put together is like the amount of shade that's getting tossed on other people. It's like you guys are not therapists, guys. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
many.
Hmm. On the drive over, Nikki shares with Sean how Michelle, that dinner party that they had where Michelle was yapping about Sean and Nikki are not each other's person. And Sean clocks that whenever Michelle and Cameron have conflict, she's gonna realize that she's doing the same thing that she's always done in in her past relationships, which is accepting whatever the guy has to offer, but not actually getting what she actually wants. He also clocks that. Remember, she said she wanted a guy that makes X amount of money. She wanted a guy that was stable. And Cameron has neither of these things, but she's a lover girl. Thoughts
Yeah.
on this?
I mean, I guess, I want a guy who makes this amount of money. You get married and you learn how to make money together.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of it. What is the point? I guess I don't. Maybe I do know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this is because I'm a guy and maybe these are
Mm-hmm.
things I don't totally think about. But like, you know, I want someone who's going to make this amount of money. Why? So you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything. Like why?
Well,
What's
I,
up?
I can speak from like maybe for some women, men, some men are not comfortable with that. And then they tend to quote unquote punish them for that, for the women making more than they are because they're uncomfortable with that. So then some women are conscious about that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that. Sure. I guess that if that's the thought process. I mean,
Yeah.
never really thought about it like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe she wants it so bad that she's willing to like just subside on things. And yeah, I mean, he's what, a college coach for a community college
Yeah.
basketball team. I don't know
Yeah.
what that pays, but probably not enough that she wants.
Yeah.
He's hoping to, but what if? I mean, you know, what's the quote? Kanye said it best. I'm not a huge fan of Kanye, but at the end of the day, like this week's it's the floors, next week it's the fries. You build. Maybe he's building. What if he ends up? What if in 10 years he's an NBA coach? Then
Well,
what?
I mean, that's true. But if that's what she wanted at this point, I guess I'm asking about what he said overall, do you think that Michelle is, I guess, not settling, or do you think it's compromise? Because she wanted stability, he's also not stable. At this point, they don't know, and like I've been saying, like this is my issue with them. They're not talking about the things. They don't
Sure.
know where they're gonna live.
That is a big point. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it's like, hey, he's got all these other check mark boxes. Maybe not these two, but
Mhm.
maybe eventually we'll get where we need to be there.
Okay, all
Who
right,
knows?
because
I mean, I think that could be something. I don't, yeah, again, I think it might be compromise. I think it might be compromise. Like, hey, listen, guy's tall, wanted someone who's tall. He's good looking. He communicates well. He does all these other things. Yeah, there's a couple things I don't like in there, but maybe we'll get there.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. I don't know.
yeah, that's a possibility. I mean,
Maybe that's a soft perspective.
more than anything, I can't wait to see where they are, by come the reunion, just to see how they resolve. Because based on social media, he's in California now. His new job is in California. So unless she moved, I don't know, but
He is or she is.
he is. He's a
Oh,
coach for a community college in California.
oh,
So,
no, he's still in Oregon or wherever the heck he was.
yeah. So unless she
I wonder how
moves,
much I follow up. Pay attention.
unless it's long distance, I'm just curious to see what it is, and just for them as they dive deeper to find out like how they handled some of these hurdles, because so far they haven't had any hurdles, or they've had hurdles and they've kind of like just talked it through,
Yeah.
but who knows.
I mean, at the end of the day, his job's going to move him. So if there's different opportunities, he's going to be all over the U.S. if that's what he wants to continue doing, unless he gets like a tenure
Yeah,
in a specific spot. But again, you still got to be a winning coach and all of that. I mean, you can look at any professional sports. Coaches are all over the place. The coach that we had when I was in college went to Ohio, went to Cincinnati, went to the NFL, and he's all over the damn place.
yeah. So, but that's the stability that's missing that she was looking for. She wanted
Oh
to
no,
be
he
in
doesn't.
one place. Yeah, exactly. So I think I do agree with Sean, though. I do think like he's right. For It's neither here nor there. Like I don't know if it's good or bad, because to your point, there might be other things that he possesses that she likes. But
Sure.
those two things that she asked for, that is true that he didn't have it. So I don't know.
Got to have conflict, right? So when these experts put you together, they don't put you together as a perfect match. They do not. They explore like things that you want, and then on top of that, what's the conflict going to be? Cool, let's smash that together. I
Yeah.
remember like what last season, when was it last season or 2 seasons ago? Someone said like, oh, I don't want someone who's bald match with someone who's bald. Like
That was Houston.
what?
That was Houston. It's funny because I asked Dr. Pepper about that because she was on the show, and she was like, sometimes it's what you need, not necessarily what you want all the time. And there are other factors that they can work with. But I think for a show like this, you have to give people what they're attracted to, and then they can build on that. It's just so much easier when they are
Yeah,
attracted to the person. Caitlin says that she and Devin are vibing and everything's going well. And I just find it hilarious because I think all these couples are very conscious about putting their best foot forward in this couples retreat. No one wants to come out as, the last in the rankings. So everyone's ready for a show this weekend.
yeah. I don't think anybody. I think everyone's like, oh, everything's great, da 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 da, and then because they don't want to be the butt of the
Yeah.
controversy. So
Yeah.
of course I'm going to say, "Oh, this is great, great."
Yeah.
That's fine. It's kind of what I feel like is going on with Nikki and Sean. Like they seem like they're going great and everything, but I'm just like, no, they just talked about, hey, we're going to keep everything easy so we don't get our butts kicked. Because previously it's, oh, Nikki and Sean are crap and we're arguing at the table and da 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 da
Yeah.
da. So it's yeah,
Yeah. Just to keep the peace. I will say though, I am grateful that Courtney and Nick are not here. I just prefer the energy as it is
yeah,
right
they were
now.
a powder keg.
Yeah, they were. So then Caitlin says something that confuses the hell out of me again. She says she wants to give Devin the green light so he feels confident to grab her or kiss her. And again, it feels so similar to Nikki, where one minute they're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to do anything. And then the next thing we hear, there's a sexual encounter. And I'm like, this is so confusing. Because I was standing up for Nikki. I'm like, oh, they're not, taking her feelings into consideration. And the next thing we know, something's happening. And then now Caitlyn is like, well, I need him to get the green light so he can make a move. But I thought you said you weren't ready. So I don't know. I don't know at this point. She just feels like at this point they need to break up or hook up, And I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't say all this while saying don't touch me and then say initiate. It's just a weird
The end of
place.
the day, at the end of the day, if she's gonna keep saying what she said, she has to. And I get the whole like, I want to feel desired, I want to feel this, but
Yeah.
what is wrong? What is wrong with I am woman, hear me roar? Go get it. You want it? Go get it. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I,
Nothing.
there's
It goes
nothing
both
wrong with it.
ways.
Yeah, especially
Go
since
get
she
it.
said I don't want it. He's gonna be waiting for her. I think.
Imagine how surprised he would be if she was just like, you know what? You know, throw some whatever, make it happen. And
If you
just like,
want it.
"Oh, what's up?" Like that
Yeah.
that is what he would need.
Yeah.
That would have, in my opinion, I'm not saying like, oh, sex is gonna change anything.
Mm-hmm.
It would have changed his perspective a little bit on like, oh, she's coming at me. Oh, she's gonna
Yeah.
expect me to do all the work, and I don't know what to do because she said this, because he's all in his head about what he can and can't do.
Yeah.
She opened that door. Different again, it doesn't have to be sexual or whatever,
It
but like
really doesn't have
something
to be
other
sex.
than,
Yeah.
and if she started, I think it could have been better. That's just me.
No, I agree. I was going to reiterate that point that it doesn't have to be sex. Like there are many ways to tell someone that you want them. Like you just be flirty because again, they're not holding hands. Remember they had to negotiate her leg over his leg. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like this is allegedly a marriage. So why are we negotiating if I can put my leg over your leg? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I thought that same way with Courtney, and what's his name? Is it Nick?
Nick.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I don't know why I keep forgetting. There's a lot of couples.
Yes.
This is getting a little ridiculous. I can't remember everybody.
It might
We're
be
watching
10
this,
next season.
huh?
No, I'm just saying it keeps going higher and higher and higher. We started out with three couples, then four,
We
then
started with
five, and now we're
4,
at
then
seven.
5, 7. It's like Jesus. But yeah, no, I mean, like with her, she's just was the same way. It's like, oh, I don't want to do here. I'm on your leg. Here, is that fine?
Yeah.
It's like,
How long? Is it okay?
"No,
Sure.
4 seconds. Okay, good. I'm done. Like, okay, you don't like them. I get it. Leave them alone.
Nikki and Sean come in last, and Adam is very eager to show them their crappy room with the bunk beds. They're all having a toast. And before the toast, Sean announces that it's his mom's 72nd birthday and he's leaving in the morning to head to New York. And it's not me abandoning Nikki. We're doing well. We're doing so well. We're doing surprisingly, astoundingly well. Remember, guys, when I said, like, for a well educated man, he does not know how to say things. This is why I'm not saying communicate. He just doesn't know how to say things because now it seems like you're trying to sell something. Nobody asked you all of that. Nobody said anything, but you were volunteering with like superlatives. Like no one asked for all of that. So, you know.
Yeah, well, you do that because you don't want anyone to ask your wife a whole bunch of stuff. Well, hey, what's going on? What happened? What's going on? That's why you make everything fine, so there's no like reasons to pick the scab.
Yeah. I mean, he could have
It's
just
healing.
stopped that. He
Yeah,
could have just stopped that it was my mom's birthday. And, I'm not abandoning her. But the whole surprisingly, astoundingly great, we're good. That was a lot.
yeah,
So Sean does grab Adam. He tells him, like, listen, it wasn't the best approach at the last dinner. Came off the wrong way. I have no doubt about your intelligence. It was just more about how you feel. And, he apologizes. And Adam is all chill, says, I got your back. It's all good. And I'm like, good on Sean for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Good on him
mean,
for that.
it's a true testament of somebody who's like, man, that was stupid.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
mean,
That was good. That was a good thing.
yeah, he made a good point though, but he was just a wrong messenger. Wrong messenger.
Yeah.
Game time. Should have been just called Felipe. That was the name of the game because it's the most likely game. And if you disagree with any of them, Anthony, let me know. But I think they got most of it right. But my question to you was like, absolutely 100% the producers are who wrote the prompts for those?
Oh yeah. Where else do you get that?
Okay. I don't know. They could have made them write it. And they're
100%
messy
they write
to
that
do
stuff.
that.
They want to incite violence. Not violence, but you know what I mean. Like they
It
want to
shows
create
violence. Yeah.
chaos.
Drama.
They're here to make some good TV, and
Yeah.
that was one way to do it. And they knew, based on what they put in there was a decent chance that Felipe was going to get. Well, I
Most of
guess
it.
it really. You know what? I don't think it was a target to Felipe. But God, it sure seemed like it, right?
Yeah, but whatever the answer would have been fun, but it turned out in their favor that it was Felipe. So I'll do a quick rundown again. If you disagree with any of them, just let me know. Most likely to flirt with the waiter while their partner is right there. It was Felipe. And that was my answer too for
I would have put
most of
Sean
them.
in there too.
That's I'm trying to see. See, Sean is also someone who's into optics and doing the right thing to come off as the right, person. So
Mm-hmm.
he might have the good sense to like, I'm not, I'll hold this.
Yep.
But Felipe doesn't care,
Yeah,
regardless,
no, that makes sense.
publicly. Most likely to hook up in a public place, Felipe.
I would have put Adam in there too.
I would have, but then I remembered that he said the whole jet ski thing, he was peer pressured and it wasn't his
Bullshit.
deal.
Bullshit. 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 You
Okay.
love your jet ski so much, you'd rather have sex on it. Bullshit.
That's fair. It was like, I don't know, like your jet ski. He's like, oh no, sure. Why not? No pressure.
Come on. Is your full
Most
send? Yeah.
most likely to self-sabotage a relationship. They said Mecca.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Felipe is a
sure
close
seems
second.
like it. I'll also throw Felipe in there too, because again, you can only speak words like that and expect what?
Yeah.
Like
My
again,
only
you don't say that. It's still blown away by the fact that you said that. I just don't know if this marriage is for me. I sleep with a lot of girls, blah 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 blah. Like why? Why would you say that? It's
and
still
they
that's
kept it
still
in.
like the thing that's sticking in my ear. I can't unhear it.
Yeah. Yeah, they kept it in too. Because I was like, you should be allegedly be married already.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a little
So the thing about most likely to self-sabotage a relationship and they chose Mecca is I was thinking about the fact that they all know this because of group therapy. And I know I didn't like it at the time because Paz was the one who offered it up. Like Mecca likes to self-sabotage his relationships. And it's just odd that all the other couples are present for that. So without that group therapy and saying all of that, would they still pick Mecca? I don't know. They
you
volunteered his
know,
information.
yeah, it's a good point. I mean, it's very well like something could have been different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some of it is you like you said, you can't unhear things, you can't, and some of it I wouldn't say it's coerced, but it's like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, Mecca,
Mhm. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Most likely to get the ick in their marriage, Caitlin.
mm-hmm.
I mean, Marissa's right there too.
This
She's
is
just
right
not
there.
vocal.
Nikki's right there.
That's true. Most likely
Maria,
to opt for a swap if you could, Caitlin.
but who? Who is she swap with?
That's the question. Don't they all love Adam? No, they think he's kind of.
Opt for a swap. Opt for a
If
swap.
Courtney was there, it would definitely be Courtney, and she'll swap with Adam.
Yeah, I can see that.
So more than that, that's it. So
I can see that.
when this happens, Caitlyn gasps, but like, oh, it's fine, it's funny, we'll just get over it because again, everyone's putting their best foot forward and no one wants to cause any drama. But Devin in a confession is like, I don't like games. Like games like this are meant to stir the pot, and I don't like it. Like he thought they were in a good place, but now there's too many mixed signals and he doesn't know how to move. But that seemed like it was spliced in.
He was going after the producers in that one, in
Oh.
my opinion.
Oh. Say more.
That was a producer. He was like, I hate that game. Why did you guys even do that? That was so stupid. That was my opinion. Like, yeah, sure, I don't like that, and yeah, I didn't like her response, but like at the end of the day, those games are there for a reason. There is
Um,
the games that we played were anything out of a bucket. Hey, what's your favorite sexual position? Hey, what's this? I mean, I remember
mhm,
playing those games too.
mhm.
It was you picked there's a couple there's a few grenades in there, and I keep you saying that word because there is something. They want to spark that conversation. They want to create the conflict.
Yeah.
And again, they're creating TV, so totally get it. But I think that was a producer comment.
Mm, okay. Most likely to get caught lying about where they were last night, Felipe.
Yep. I mean, shoe fits.
Most likely to put their foot in their mouth, Felipe.
Felipe,
Mecca.
Mecca,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yes. Again, I keep reminding people the group does not know about mutual masturbation gate. They don't know about that yet,
Are
unless
they
she
gonna
told
find out?
them.
Are they gonna
Re-
find out?
I Most likely to never be ready for marriage.
Felipe.
Felipe. Most likely to send nudes to the wrong person. Felipe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, for lack of a better word, he's the winner. He takes it in stride. He gives a speech. He says he's always a winner. The man likes attention. He's getting attention. Felipe is one of those people that there's nothing like good or bad attention. As long as
Yep.
he's getting attention, it's great. Tori says that she's trying to have a good face and doesn't want to be a downer, but it's almost like he's enjoying being a womanizer as she's sitting there. And then she goes upstairs just as Felipe is taking a shot from his trophy. And I'm wondering why no one went after her. Not even Felipe.
Well, I think she just said like I need a what she said, I need like a break real quick or something like that. Or you never know what she said. People are like, oh, she needs a quick little bit of alone time. So,
Mm-hmm.
I did find it weird that the ladies eventually went to a room and did not go find Tori. That
Yes,
what why?
I
Why
have
didn't you?
no idea because they separated by gender as you do. And when they're gathered, Caitlyn was like, "Oh, we're missing Tori," and then no one goes to check on her at that point. And then they have a long conversation because the girls have the conversation, the guys have the conversation, and no one, checked on her. But with the girls' conversation, Belgely is asking all the women, like, "Oh, do the men is a foot and mouth? Is that a problem for all of you? Do you suffer from foot and mouth, Anthony?"
Sometimes. I mean, I think everyone said something like, I wish I didn't say that. It's all definitely a possibility. I mean, you're not human if you haven't put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah,
Man, woman, it doesn't matter. Everyone's all said, I wish I didn't say that. Or
yeah,
again, you never know why. Sometimes you think it comes out of your mouth a certain way, but somebody really didn't like what you said or how you said it.
yeah.
I think the whole jokey joke thing. I've joked with my wife a hand like a million times. Doesn't always come off the right way. I didn't mean
Yeah.
it like that. Well, that's what you said. Like, words are words.
Yeah, but not like over and over and over again, especially this new. Like we're gonna get there, but it's just like Belge just told Mecca about something and we just went through this all over again, you know? But Michelle says she thinks that it's a problem with everyone's guys, and they're all like, "Oh my God, share! What is it? What does Cam do? Like because he's so perfect, he's a unicorn in the experiment, and blah blah blah." And then they all basically proceed to shower all these praises on Cam, and somehow she circumvents the conversation, and we didn't share anything, just that he's great. So I think they were all looking forward to a chink in his armor.
There is. It's just figuring out what it is. No one's perfect. He's just not. They're not talking about it.
Yes, and the experts are not helping with that. I mean, it is there. Again, the man hasn't had a long-term relationship for a reason. Like
Which
we
is what I
gotta
thought they were
talk
going to
about
play
it.
up, right? They were going to play up. They were going to play up. They were going to play up, and it's just everything's great. Oh, she's my dream woman. Blah blah blah. Like, okay, sure.
Yeah. I mean,
You're just conflict avoiding. That's all.
everyone's talking about Nikki and Sean trying to say they're making things nice, but no one's saying anything about them. But it's like they haven't they haven't decided on a lot of things. A lot of these decisions are gonna come afterwards, and no one's, pushing them to come to that conclusion.
I
So
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy, right? It's like they're the ones pushing all the conflict, but no one's going back to them because there so far hasn't we haven't seen
yeah,
the conflict at all for them to pick at. I do feel like I haven't seen any of the spoilers, and I refuse to look.
I
Um,
don't.
I would find it incredibly interesting if Cameron said no.
Do you think okay, so as of now, you think both of them are gonna say yes, but you find it interesting if he says no, or you
I
think
I
he
I am throwing a backdoor bet on Cameron saying no.
oh, that's a take
Backdoor bet.
based on or why.
Because there's nothing coming out at the moment. There is literally no conflict, no nothing. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know.
Okay.
It's too good.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, it's just TV. You keep
Yeah.
people guessing. Everyone's like, "Oh, they're going to say yes." Are they?
Okay.
Are they?
Okay. They're the only like shining hope right now. So we'll see. We'll see
I
what
mean,
happens.
I would say they're both going to say yes, but if I had like $20 on 1,000 to 1 bet, I would throw it on there just to see.
what happens. Okay. Belgely says Mecca is great, but he says things the wrong way and then tells them about the whole attracted thing. Everyone's like, oh my God. And then she's like, I still like him, but I'm torn. I feel like if I say yes, this is something I'm always going to have to worry about. And question mark, question mark. We move over to the men, and Devin is sharing that this process is so overwhelming for Caitlin. And to your point of what you said, where Adam brings up the whole thing about they went out because he's saying, oh, she hates the camera, she hates the limelight. I'm like, yeah, she hates it so much she signed up for a reality show. Got it, but whatever. Um, but he says, like, the cameras weren't there, so what is the excuse? And that, he was dancing on her, trying to get her in, and she just wouldn't give him anything, that she was ignoring him and was just on her phone the whole time. I will say she didn't ask me anything, and she did say that was one of her best or favorite times of the season, that it was overwhelming, but it was kind of manageable. I think, did she say she was an introvert or something like that? So perspective, I don't know. She could be managing anxiety. Adam saw that she wasn't giving Devin anything, so I don't know.
It's so hard to figure that one out. Like I said, it keeps going, oh, we're great. And then you see something that's like, no. And then we're great.
Yeah,
No. It's hard. It's like, how can you be at a concert and not being like dancey? Like, what are you doing on your phone?
that's
Put
true.
away. Stay in the moment. What's the matter?
That is true. Um, I don't think I've ever noticed how animated Adam is when he speaks. This was the most that he was speaking without the whole vibing. Like he almost sounded like Courtney. Like I don't know. Like he was just like, he could have just done anything, but she wasn't. And then she went and I was like, okay, Adam, good to know.
Adam squares off when he is not happy about something and frustrated. He will leave the whole vibe and like, sir, I can't tell. Is he surfer dude or is he frat boy? Like, what is that language?
He's a combo. I've been calling it dude bro.
Dude, bro?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds very dude bro-ish to me.
Yeah.
Devin says he's jealous of how Adam and Marissa went into it because they have just been having fun. And I'm like, Devin, first you said Nikki and Sean turned things around. Now you're saying Adam and Marissa, but maybe surface is what you want. And I'm not 1000% saying Adam and Marissa are doing things the wrong way because maybe it is fun and after the cameras, they'll face the important things. But Devin is getting nothing at all, that he's just any couple that has anything, he'll be jealous of. So he's jealous of Adam and Marissa in that
Yeah.
regard.
I mean, he's yeah, because again, that's a whole thing. It's like you're comparing yourselves to other people. If nobody
Yeah.
else was around, what would you say then? That's what I'm kind of curious about. If they went
Yeah.
back to the old format,
On your
I mean, it
own.
just makes you upset. It makes you jealous. It creates conflict, creates controversy. So
Yeah. Mecca randomly asked Cameron, like from nowhere, like, you and Michelle, is this a performance piece? Like, is like I'm not like, and Devin is just joking, like, what are you saying? Is it because you're performative? Is that why you're asking? He's like, no, is everything like perfect, like really going well? And Cameron is like, yes, like everything is great. It's not performative, and that's who she really is. And then Mecca shares about the whole attractive enough for me, and he was rude to her face. Cameron's just like, why would you say that? The question we're all asking. Like, who says that? Why would you do that? And then Cam says, is Belle your dream girl? And without hesitation, not a breath, not anything, Mecca says,
nope.
no, she's not. And I'm like, oh my God, she just told you.
Shut
Think,
up. You didn't shut up.
think, think about me. But it's like
Yeah.
he doesn't learn his lesson. He's embarrassing her again. He even goes as far as to ask Cameron, is Michelle your dream girl? And he goes, yes. Like, I don't learn from him and then don't say anything else. Adam asks, like, what is it about her that's not your dream girl? Is it the way she thinks? And he says yes. And my heart is sinking lower and lower the more he says
Is it
yes.
the way she what? The way she
Is it the way she thinks? Like, you don't
thinks.
like the way she thinks? And
Oh,
he says yes. Then he goes, oh, is it physically? He goes yes again. And I'm like, Mecca, please just stop at this point because now you've insulted her physically. Now you've insulted her mind. And Adam is like, okay, describe your dream girl. And before he even says anything, Adam is like, are you into white girls? Are you into blondes? And I just thought that was so random. Like, what?
I think he said that. And this is a weird take, but only leads into the latter part of what happened with
Mhm.
Evan and Caitlin. I think he threw that in there because he wanted to know if he had something for Caitlin.
Oh my god. See, I've been seeing things about that and I'm just like, what is this another season 18? But
Yeah.
also, I mean, someone sent me something saying like Mecca has TikToks where he was saying that he is into white girls. I mean, he answers that no, he doesn't have a racial preference, but again, I don't know what's reality or what's not. But
Yep.
apparently there are TikToks, I haven't seen them, where he says that. So they say, what is the problem? What is your dream girl? Describe. He's like, I like them thicker. Then he says, not here though. And then Adam says, do you mean fake boobs? And I just don't know how Adam is picking up everything Mecca is saying because I'm confused. I would never have associated thicker with boobs, but Adam knew somehow, unless they've had conversations before that we don't know.
It's possible. And again, he's not thinking the cameras are running. This is a
Yes.
conversation. If you're going to have it at all,
Oh.
you have it off camera away from everybody. So not only there's that, I'm just like, man, that is
Yeah.
wrong. But again, he did it on camera, so I guess he figured it's gonna come out anyway.
I mean, if it was gonna come out, just do what Cam said. Is she a dream girl? Yes, but she's fine. But I'm not gonna talk about her anymore. I'm not having this conversation. You can stop the conversation as a grown adult man. That's an
You
option.
100% can. So it doesn't matter who asks what says who. The words that come out of your mouth are the words that come out of your mouth. You never had to say it. You chose those
Yeah,
words.
yeah. And then Adam is like, well, maybe she can get implants or something. I'm just like, what even is this conversation? And Mecca's all like, oh, she might be against that. I'll be too scared to ask. And it really just shows the mindset because how is this the foundation of a marriage? I just what are we talking about here? The boobs
Yeah.
are what's gonna create this marriage. But then he was like, well, I've been staring at her just to find the attraction, which to me is insulting also. And he's like, well, Adam is like, well, if she had bigger boobs, then will that be your girl? And he's like, well, no, I wouldn't put it all on that. And Cam says, this is so shocking to me. Like, this just shows a lack of maturity. And this was just so superficial. And Cam tries to save him and says, like, you can't be saying all that. And he's like, well, I'm young. I like what I like. This is Mecca. Just saying I'm young and, I want what I want. And Cam is like, so why don't you just call it? Just end the marriage there. And he's like, well, it's bigger than that. Who she is great. She has a great personality. I was like, oh, now you come up to say
Now
that
that, yeah.
to
I,
me.
it's foot and mouth syndrome. It really is. I mean, again, you can call the season a lot of things. Foot and mouth syndrome could be one of them.
That might be the name of the episode, foot and mouth syndrome. Could she become your dream girl? He says yes. Then finally, so this long ass conversation happened, and then Felipe is like, "Oh, 1 second, I'm gonna go check on Tori." I'm like, "Oh, now we are going to check on your wife." She's upset that he doesn't get a hint about what she's feeling, and if the night was about her being a hoe, he wouldn't like it. He says, "I don't care." And she says he helps the narrative and his behavior isn't just about him. She's the butt of jokes too, and she doesn't think that he cares. He's like, what did I say? I didn't do anything. They voted me. I didn't do anything. Like, there's nothing for me to say. And she tries to explain that it was all about him being a bad partner and it's not fun for her. And he's like, I'm so confused. Like, if you don't
And
trust me, there's nothing I can do.
yeah, but it's just the fact that you are,
A reflection.
yeah, you're reflecting on how it impacts her, but you're also not like, defending yourself at all. You're just saying, yeah, that's me. And
Yeah.
really, it's kind of what you ended up saying. Like, as
Yeah.
funny as it was, and like, what am I going to do? Come on, guys, leave me alone. Like, this is crap. Like,
Mhm.
defend yourself a little bit, make it seem like, no, I'm not that. Instead, you celebrated it.
Yeah. And I think that's the main thing that Tori's trying to get. Like, whatever she's trying to explain, it's not even the thought process for him. He's not even thinking about it. And if it's not coming to you, I'm not sure how I can bring that to your attention in the future because it's not like I can do that every single time that happens. But, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I think the other part too is, the whole scene was a bit weird.
Mm,
But I think, like, how are you supposed to feel when the whole room thinks one way about the person you're with?
yeah.
And you're thinking like, man, am I the stupid person here then? Because
Yeah.
everybody thinks this of him. Is that who he is? Because I may not see that, but am I the dumb one?
I think the issue is she sees that.
Yeah.
And then you have to face the consequence of like, I am choosing this person.
Yep.
that despite everything that they have, shown me, because he keeps saying you're not standing up for me and you know me, but what he's missing is like, I don't know you, and I do agree with what they're saying about you.
He's also giving her no security because he's also saying, I don't know what's going to happen next week or a month from now.
Mhm.
Like, that's not
Mhm.
okay.
I mean, he
You're not
finds a
saying
way.
anything that helps her.
He finds a way to flip it though. He's like, I can't be with someone who hasn't given me a single piece of grace. And I'm like, wait, what? How did that
I mean,
become
a lot of grace.
when that happens? So she starts crying at this point, and he's like, I have to take it from them. Now I have to take it from you when I didn't even do anything. This is fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, this reaction is terrible. This is not what she was expecting. He says, it looks like you don't want to be with me. And she was like, I do. I just don't want to feel like this. He says, who gives a shit about everyone else's perception? And she's being way too sensitive about what everyone else said. She says, I don't want to continue this anymore. She says, I can't do this over and over and over again as she sobs. And he's like, maybe we're not compatible. She goes, well, you can go back to your single life. And then he comes back to the guys. He's crying, I think, and says, I think she just broke up with me. And Tori is crying her heart out in her bed. And that's how the episode ends. So sad.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. I mean, again, I get both sides of it. A little bit from him, a very little bit, but it's just like you can't yell at her, man. Like she's feeling the way she's feeling. Like there's a reason for it, you know.
Yeah, I think his reaction was totally the wrong thing and did not help the situation. He could have been like, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, I have told you I'm going to be better, but I'm not going to make a scene and make a big deal out of this because I've promised you that I'm going to be, committed and change whether or not he's telling the truth. And then say, I can completely, he never once said, I completely understand how you feel. He just, in fact, just doubled down on the fact that I didn't do anything. Why are you blaming me? Leave me
Yeah.
alone, you know? All right, before we wrap up the episode, Anthony, we will do bouquet and ashes. Who would you give your bouquet to for this particular episode?
A specific person or a couple?
It could be anyone.
I mean, I guess we give the bouquet to Michelle and Cameron.
Because they were the golden couple
Yeah, I
and
mean, they're just they're cream of the crop at the moment. So I mean, yeah, give bouquet where it's needed.
okay, I can see that. My bouquet is going to be surprising because it's not my fave, but I'm giving it to Sean for a couple of reasons. I'm giving it to Sean because of his insights, on Michelle and when he called out, because I think there might be some truth to that, where they're going to have to face that eventually when they get to their hurdles. For also apologizing to Adam and recognizing, like, what he said wasn't like the best
Mm.
thing. And also when Felipe came out and he was just like kind of sad and everyone was trying to crowd him, he was just like, give him a timeout. Just give him a breather. Just let him be. And then we can get to him and get to that. So, I can recognize when something is
Something about emotional intelligence that
done.
takes the cake. Now that you've explained it, I think it's yeah, I think that's good.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And for your ashes, who's getting your ashes?
Caitlin.
Oh, okay. Because
Mm, wait, hold on. Let me think of the ashes. Actually, I don't know. I'm in between Mecca, Caitlin, or Felipe.
you can give it to all three. No rules.
Yeah, I just don't feel like they're handling situations right, and I think that's probably why they're going to get it. I mean, it's the way that they handle what's
Yeah.
going on, whether it's foot and mouth or it's just being a little outlandish in a specific way, or like, oh yeah, like hook up or break up or hook up. But, it's just like God, just a situational. It's situational purely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They all deserve it. Mine's going to Mecca simply just because he just had the conversation with Jolie. She just said, don't embarrass me. I have to digest this. I have to deal with this. I'm still reeling from that. And you just created 1001 situations and embarrassed her and said such. What an icky conversation. Everything about that conversation was just
It was super
ridiculous.
bad. It
So
was super
bad.
bad.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
he just drug her through the dirt, man.
Mm-mm, not cool at all. So, Well, Anthony, thank you so much for joining me for this episode recap. Do you want to share with people where they can find you?
You can find me everywhere. But yeah, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's Anthony D'Amico. That's my Instagram handle. You can find us on TikTok, the Peta D'Amico family, and we're also, I mean, we don't have a YouTube. We haven't really done YouTube or anything like that. But those are definitely two great spots to find us.
Okay. And I'll put those in my show notes so you guys can find them. You guys know where to find me. It's Tane Talks across the social media. Please give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and stay tuned so you don't miss out on any new episode. Until next time, guys. Bye.
See ya.